Top deadly terms women use. Before we start, check the link in the top right corner to get the premium masterclass on fractionation, seduction and pickup lines for free via email. We all know that moment when a girl says "I'm fine" or something that doesn't sound like what it should mean. Here are 15 deadly terms all guys must know. I'll be honest, us ladies aren't very good at saying what we feel. We can talk for days and days about our issues or how someone else is feeling, but we just aren't the best at coming out and saying what we really feel, especially when we're a little crabby at something you've done. As I'm sure you already know, girls have a habit of saying innocent phrases that mean something completely different. Have you ever had a girl say, "I'm fine," only to get a huge freak out later? Because she was not fine. When a girl says "I'm fine," why don't women just say what they feel? There are a lot of reasons we don't just come out and say what we feel. Even if it would be so much easier, and we know it would be easier, we still shy away from letting it all out. First, it's really hard to express your feeling and be vulnerable around someone. It's also difficult to confess when we're upset about something we know we shouldn't be. There are other times when we just think you should know that what you're doing or saying is something that would upset us. So, we keep it inside because it gets tiring to keep repeating the things we don't like. We also fear being judged for feeling a certain way. Here are some deadly terms used by women. Yes, there are such terms in existence. The terms women use in place of actual feelings can be dangerous if you overlook them. Sometimes, if you don't react in a certain way or get to the bottom of why we're upset, you can make things much, much worse. Therefore, you should learn to recognize when your girl just isn't happy at all. These are the terms we tend to use when we mean something completely different. Memorize these deadly terms used by women, and you'll be able to tell just how your girl is feeling. 1. I'm fine. As I already mentioned before, this phrase is one of the worst deadly terms used by women to ever hear your girl say. Why? Because it does not mean she's fine at all. In fact, it means the opposite. If you ask if your woman is okay and she responds with this, you better do some backtracking. She's not fine. 2. Whatever. I think this is more of a universal phrase than just one women use, but we're definitely the ones to use it the most. You just have to pay attention to the way us women say this. Sometimes whatever means just that. But if it's said in a much different tone, it does not mean whatever. You better ask what's wrong. 3. I don't care. This is another term you have to really read into your girl's body language and tone. If she seems tense and won't make eye contact, she definitely does care. She's basically just too embarrassed or upset to tell you that she does. So, give her the chance to open up. 4. Do what you want. This is probably one of the most dangerous phrases for your girl to say. She will literally never mean for you to do what you want. If you're suggesting something that you think she may be iffy about and you hear her say this, she is extremely pissed at what you want to do. 5. Nothing. This never means nothing. Often, when you ask your girlfriend if something is wrong and she says nothing, it's usually because she thinks you should just know what's wrong. But you never do. And therefore, she will say nothing when she means everything. 6. Go ahead. Another one of the terrifying deadly terms used by women that you should definitely be cautious of. If you ask your girlfriend to do something and she said go ahead, do not go ahead. It literally means that you should rethink that, and then don't do it. This is not a happy phrase at all. 7. Don't worry about it. Now, this may seem like a really innocent and simple phrase. People say this all the time. But it's all about the situation when she says it. Did you just do something wrong and are apologizing? If it was a serious argument, you should definitely not take this phrase literally. Worry about it. Believe me. 8. Leave me alone. During an argument, this phrase will get thrown around over and over again. And guess what? She doesn't mean it. While guys may actually want to be left alone when they're mad, girls want the opposite. We want you to try to fix it and to keep talking to us about it. 9. You don't have to ask permission. Yes. Yes, you do have to ask permission. This is a lesser-known deadly term used by women, but it's still dangerous. There are certain times you have to check in with your girl and ask permission about certain things. If she says this in a sassy tone, it means you definitely were right to ask her. And maybe you shouldn't do it. 10. What's done is done. This may also seem like a normal phrase, but what she really means by this is you better fix what's done. She really isn't happy with what has happened, and it may take a long time to get over if she says this. 11. Good luck. This is one of the very dangerous deadly terms used by women for 2 reasons. The first, she may be mad and tell you this if you think she'll forgive you soon. Another way this is dangerous is if it's flirty. If she says this while you're joking about winning her over, it just means she'll be playing hard to get. 12. I guess. This extremely vague term is not one you really want to hear come out of your girl's mouth. Usually it means she's agreeing with you, but she doesn't want to do so. And if you're smart, you will figure out a way to make her more happy to agree. 13. Wow. This is the mother of all deadly terms used by women. Hearing this should basically make you think, oh shit, because you're about to enter into an argument you will most definitely not win. 14. Wonderful. This is something us girls use in a very sarcastic way. Usually it's accompanied with an eye roll. You don't want to hear this because it means she's really not happy about something. The trouble is that if she says this and her voice is absolutely not good, she's making it painfully obvious to you. 15. MHMM. I know this isn't exactly a word, but it works in the same way. This is another super obvious thing that a girl does to show you she is not happy about something. She'll lower her voice and go, MHMM, if you've asked for approval and she does not want to give it. Be warned. Anything with this is not going down a good path. Wouldn't the world be a much easier place to live in if women just said what they were thinking? I agree, even though I am a woman. But knowing these deadly terms used by women will help you determine just what she's feeling. I am pretty sure you have followed the lines of pickup artists etc. in the past. And these lines sometimes might work, but more often they won't. You know why? You don't feel authentic while telling them. And women can literally smell this. So the biggest disadvantage of all regular lines and tricks is, they don't make women obsessed and literally enslave them in a positive way. But no problem, if you want to learn how to become a high-status man that naturally says the right things and use the deadliest pickup line in an authentic way to make the women obsessed for you, just click the link at the end of the video, put in your email and Jason will send you the masterclass video for free. Don't know how long it will be available,